Yeah, it's you. How y'all doing? I deeply apologize for the delay. We were supposed to go on at 11:30, but however, I live in the boogie down Bronx, and it's like a party 24 hours, 7 days a week here. And the noise from outside with the music and everything was so overwhelming that it was impossible for me to do a live. The music was so loud that I couldn't even hear myself. I couldn't even hear a conversation on the phone. So I apologize, but there was no way to do a live earlier. So this particular live is going to be fairly brief because of the time. Okay, I see we have a comment here. Yeah. Hey, greetings. Shio to LL Lewis. Yes, it is like that out here in the Bronx. It is like that, and it's that bad. So basically, I wanted to just touch bases with everyone because it's been a few days since I've been on, and I just wanted to touch bases. And like I said before, I get a lot of people who make comments in the comment sections and have questions as well that I don't get a chance to get to everyone. So, what I'm going to do is get to some of those comments and questions, and also some of them to actually highlight because they make good talking points. Okay, so okay, we have another person on the check-in here, Jeremiah Spicer. Hey, how's it going? All right, thanks for joining. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at a couple of comments. Let's see who we have here first. I'm not gonna call the names. What I'm gonna do is just read the comments because I don't want to put people on the spot. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so someone says, God bless y'all, but I and my family know that we are from Mother Africa, from the mother country Africa. Please don't lump all black people into your lineage. If you think or know you are Native American, great, but not all black think or know that. You be proud Native, and I'll be proud African. It's wrong to lump us all together. First of all, I didn't lump all of anyone to anything. Okay, I don't tell people what their lineage is. So anyone who says that is just an idiot. If you're gonna twist my words to make it seem so, now what I did say, and I've said on many occasions, is the misnomered people, African American, plural, the majority were not brought here from Africa via the transatlantic slave trade. Okay. And I don't push the notion, the erroneous notion, that there was no slave trade. Okay. Or that there were no people who came here from Africa. Okay. Because I can prove otherwise, that they did have some. However, that does not speak for the majority of the people that were here in North America, okay? Or the Americas in general, for that matter, okay? So I'm not one to tell people because I don't know everyone. I don't know. We all have various backgrounds. We all have parents who came from different states, who came from different countries, came from different cities and whatever, from different racial backgrounds, the whole nine. So that would be foolish for me to make a blanket statement about everyone. However, if you are someone who calls yourself an African American or calls yourself black, or even go to the further extreme and says that you're African and you were born here, your parents were born here, your grandparents were born here, your great great grandparents are from here, your great 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 grandparents are from here, your great 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 grandparents are from here, then I know that this is an idiot talking. Okay? I know that you have just fallen for the okey doke. Okay? And you've just fallen for the narrative that you've been given in the miseducational fool system. Okay? So, and if you use those colorable terms such as black, Negro, colored, African Americans, so on and so forth, already I know you're lost because there are no such nationalities. Okay? So we busted that up and proved how ridiculous that sounds. Okay? And so now let's see who else we have here. I am Apache Mexican Mayan. You come down here and tell us you Afro Africans are us and we are nothing. GTFO. First of all, well, at least not from me, not on this channel. I never said that the people in present day Mexico are nothing. Okay. Furthermore, the majority of people in present day Mexico phenotypically are not a representation of Mexico going back to the time of the Olmec and the ancient Maya. Okay. So all you have to do is look on the temple walls, look at the artwork and those sculptures, and you will see what those phenotypes look like. Okay, nobody's trying to take away from the current population of Mexico because obviously you are a descendant of those people. However, the bloodline has been diluted. Okay, and what we are talking about is the original populations and the people on this land that you call Turtle Island, on the land today called, mislabeled, should I say, African Americans, who are a descendant of the ancient ones on this, who are descendants of the ancient ones on this land. Okay, because you have to remember what you call Mexico today was at one time North America. Okay, they distorted the maps and started pushing the border back further, further, and further. Okay, and so they say, oh, yeah, that's the border, that's Mexico, but all of that was at one time North America. Okay, and our people were on these lands, and there is nothing that you can say that can refute that because the archaeology, the anthropology says exactly what I'm saying. They talked about the fact that there were two groups of peoples on what you call Turtle Island. One, a Mongoloid, and what they and I don't like these terms. However, this is what the terms that they use. These are the terms that they use in anthropology. Okay, a Mongoloid population, Mongoloid anthropologically speaking, and a Negroid population, anthropologically speaking. Okay, and the Negroid was here first. Later on, there was invasions. There were invasions that came from Asia. Okay, and there were waves of migrations from Asia that came over here. Okay, and went to war with the original Negroid population. And they have archaeological evidence to prove such a statement. Okay. Now, later on, the two started mixing and marrying. Okay. And produced the stereotypical image of what you call an American Indian today. Okay. Now, don't believe what I'm saying. All you have to do is look at the record. Okay. I talk about it in my book, and I pull up the conversation that I pull up the BBC article and the documentary on the first Americans, where Richard Neve and Walter Nevins both confirmed this information. Okay. Now you have the naysayers who are saying, well, if you look later on, you'll see that they changed their story. Okay. And I say, well, you know, the threat of cutting off your funding and or bribe money can change a lot of opinions. Okay. It's too late now because they already said it. You can't go from at one time you saying that those bones are anything but mongoloid to all of a sudden now they are mongoloid and reflective of to the present day Native American populations. You can't do that. It's already on record. You said they were distinctly not mongoloid, but representative of populations in Asia and Australia. I'm sorry, of Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, and Australia. Okay, you can't take that back. It's already out there. Okay, so again, I say it's no disrespect to anyone of the quote unquote mongoloid persuasion. Okay, because at the end of the day, we are all related. Okay, we all have blood through mixing and marrying. You see what I'm saying? So you're not that. I'm not saying anything to try to detribalize anyone of that persuasion or say that you're not indigenous or anything like that. Because if you have the blood, then you're indigenous. Okay, I'm not taking anything away. Like, I have no problem. You know, you'll never hear, at least not on this station, in this channel, the TV program or the YouTube program, The Red Road East, trying to ridicule anyone of, anthropologically speaking, mongoloid persuasion. Okay, so that's it for that comment. Okay, so we put that comment in check. Let's see who else we have here. Let's see. We have some more people who joined us here. I just want to see who we have here. Okay, we have Redbird. Redbird 101. All right. How's it going, bro? And let's see, who else? OG Green Machine. What's going on, OG Green Machine? Let's see. Let's see. OG Green Machine says, I'll have to take your word for it. I don't see any of us in any of these other people. Uh, I see it all the time. I don't know how much traveling you've done, but all you have to do is go on a reservation. You see it all the time. Go on the various reservations. You'll see it all the time. Let's see. All right, Lil Mayhem, Wild Indian TV. Salute. What's going on? Cobra Assassin. Peace and love. And Lil Mayhem asks about the tribal enrollments. Get a chance to answer the question about tribal enrollments. We will do that. As a matter of fact, Firebird and I will be getting into that probably in the next live that we do together. I have various roles here, tribal roles. We can look over those and we'll go into that. Uh, we'll go into that in the next show. This one here, this particular show, I'm not going to be too long because for those who just joined, I have to apologize for the show starting late. We were supposed to have started at 11:30. However, I live in the. I'm repeating this. Those who were here before heard me say this, but I'm just out of respect to explain what happened. I live in the Boogie Down Bronx in New York, and the noise level was so much that I was not able to do a live earlier because the noise, the music, it's like a 24-hour party out here in the BX. Okay, at least where I live at. I'm like in the like the grimy part, like the real. This is like the real hood where the fierce truth seeker lives at. It's like the real hood, you know. So the music is 24 hours, 7 days a week, and the music was so loud that even with the window closed, you couldn't even hear yourself on the phone or the person that you're talking to on the phone. So it wouldn't have been a good show to start earlier. So that's why we started at 1:30 tonight. Well, this the next day now, technically, because it's after midnight. So this we're into Sunday. However, anyway, so let's see. Yeah, but that's basically that. You know, I'm not here to bash anyone of the anthropologically speaking mongoloid persuasion. And like I said, if you go on the reservations, you'll see a whole bunch of different phenotypes, you know, from those who look like Wesley Snipes on down to those who look like Tonto from the Lone Ranger and the old show back in the days. Okay, I'm talking about like the original Lone Ranger show from like back in way back in the days. You know, the TV show, The Lone Ranger, not the movie. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. And so now what I want to do is take a look at another comment and let's see here. This one says Indian cultures are a lot more than. Oh, wait a minute. As a matter of fact, I want to get this reference because when I address this, I see it here. Get. I'm gonna need to get a reference to put this comment in check. So give me 30 seconds for me to get this reference. 30 seconds. Okay, I got it. So, yeah, I don't like to talk. How they say, source up or shut up, you know. So, all right. So, it says here American Indian cultures are a lot more than the clothes you wear. If you are Indian, and this comment and question or questions, these comments and questions are towards one of the guests that I had on the show, the Elder Blue Sky. So it's from that show, and he's addressing, or she is addressing, the comment towards my guest. It says, if you wear, if you are American Indian, what specific tribe are you from? The Indians always ask this. First of all, she did say what tribe she was from. Okay. Indians always ask this. And how do you practice that tribe's specific culture? Also, you make a lot of statement. Well, first of all, anyone that I have on the show, okay, because I know I get people who want to appear as guests on the show and things of that nature, and I always let them know the Red Road East is a television program. Okay, it's not merely a YouTube channel. Okay, it is first and foremost a television. The Red Road East appears on Bronx Public Access TV. Okay, the lives that you see me doing and the lectures is something separate. I upload the shows from the television channel onto the from the television show. So I upload the shows from the television show to the YouTube channel. Okay. So I don't just put anyone on the show. Okay. You have to meet certain criteria. So anyone that I have on the show, I don't just put anyone on the television show. Okay. So if I have them on the show, believe you me, they are either tribally affiliated or someone who is active and practices the culture for a very long time, okay, or they are they have some type of published work or something of that nature, okay. So I don't know what this chick here is talking about. Also, you make a lot of statements about this or that being proven, but you provide no citations of your sources. And see, this is a person just talking out of their ass because the elder did give sources. Okay, this person here who's making this comment just wanted something to say because they didn't like the elder's phenotype. Okay, what are your sources? And it wasn't Andrew Jackson who said the only good Indian is a dead Indian, which you, by the way, misquote. That was John Shipington, who led the Sand Creek Massacre. Shipington, furthermore, I took two world music classes in college, and the call and response type of singing is African. Oh, we got a problem right there. Now I'm going to put you in check, okay, because that is false. And I proved that as being false in my book that I'm working diligently to get published by the summer. Okay, it is not African. There is no American Indian tribe who practice this type of singing. Okay, this is a dummy speaking. Okay, let me just read from this source. Okay, and this is just one source. I have other. I cite other sources in my book. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Okay, here. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think it's right here. And hold tight. Okay. And this book, by the way, is called The Only Land They Knew: The Tragic Story of the Indians in the Old South by John Leach Wright Jr. This is one of the books that I sell when I'm out vending. You know, anyone ever wants the book and can't find it, just let me know. It's out of print. Anyway, let's see here. This is one of my favorite books, particularly dealing with the indigenous peoples of the East Coast. This is particularly in the Southeast. This is an excellent reference for that. Okay, and so it says here. Is it this page? Oh no, it's not this page. Hold on. Give me 1 second. This book here is so loaded with stuff, man. I mean, my goodness. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Okay. It's on this page. Okay. So it says here music and dancing played an important role in the Mississippian rituals and amusements. Although their powerful chiefdoms were shattered in the time, many of the survivors were removed to Oklahoma. Vestiges of native songs and dances could still be heard throughout the South, sometimes among Cherokee, Choctaw, and Seminole remnants, who have retained something of their tribal identity and culture, also naming Negro slaves on plantations in the cotton belt of the Old South. Many songs and dances performed in the quarters were of African or European origins, but not all were. After a day's labor in the fields, Negroes sometimes danced the pigeon wing by circling, waving their arms like a hawk predator, and clicking their heels together in the air on the ground, which in an earlier time might have been performed perhaps in a more sedate fashion in Mississippian square rounds. An even better example of the Indian influence was when Negroes danced the green corn dance, though there is little indication that the busk or green corn ritual itself had much meaning for 19th century slaves. If one can argue that certain Negro dances were of Indian origin, the reverse is also true. Take the stomp dance, so often performed at gatherings of 20th century Native Americans. Authorities are still debating whether it was Africans or at an earlier date introduced to this. I'm sorry, uh, whether it was Africans who at an earlier date introduced this into American Aboriginal villages. Negro songs and dances were accompanied by drums, banjos, and Jews' harps, sometimes characterized as America's only truly national instrument. The banjo was popularized by 19th century minstrels, and sometimes generally agree that the banjo reached the stage via Southern Negro slave quarters. Give me 1 second. Let me see something here. That's some heavy information, but that's not the part I was looking for. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Ah, give me 1 second here. This book here is just action packed. I mean, it's got so much information in here. That's why I'm so lost in the book because I got like tons of highlights. Anyway, let me read the rest of her comment. She says, she says here, there is no stomp. She said what? There is no American. Wait, no. She says, and making dance moves similar to the stomp dance does not indicate American Indian, and she puts in quotations Cherokee genetics or background. Finally, I have a black ancestor, an escaped slave, I think she was Gullah, who married a Shawnee from the Kishpoko division. Her children would have been Shawnee because they were raised as Shawnee. Okay, first of all, she's not correct, and she doesn't have she hasn't done a lot of research on the topic. Okay, and in regards to the call and response, you see, I'm looking for it here in the book. It's in here in the book, but I'm gonna give it to you off of my head because I know it off of my head. When the songs that we sing, we do the stomp dances and stuff like that. It's call and response. Okay, it's right there. All right, and no, it doesn't prove anything in terms of genetics. Okay, however, those are survivals. Okay, those are indigenous survivals or retentions that later on influenced the dances and things that we do today and the singing that we do today. Okay, the way that we do the singing and stuff like that in rhythm and blues in the church and things of that nature. Okay, so but yes, it's in this book. I just, so much information in this book. I can't pull it up right in terms of the page, but I'm telling you what the book says because I already know I've done thorough research on this. So let's see here, and yeah, that pretty much shuts what she's saying down. Let's see, we got some more comments in here. Let's see, we have here. Lil Mayhem says, okay, let me see here. Post the comments. Lil Mayhem says he needs that book. Okay, hit me up. Let me put my email on here. This is my email. I'm putting it in the chat for the book. Email me. Yeah, that's my email there that I'm putting in the chat. Yeah, this book I teach out of this book. This is this is one of my Bibles right here. Let's see, and who else do we have here? OG Green Machine. I'm sick of talking about African people, but I understand the importance. Uh, well, African people, well, it's, how should I say it? You it's hard not to talk about Africans, or it's hard not to talk about any of our highly melanated peoples in general, wherever they may be, because it all interrelates somehow. You know, it all interrelates somehow. You have there's always a reference point, or something that you need to reference when it comes to our people, wherever they may be, because it relates to something of topic. You know, let's see here. Yeah, there's some other comments here. Oh, quite a few. Let's see. Oh wow, so quite a few comments. Let me go up even further. When's okay? When's the last time I talked to Cherokee Elder Two Feathers? I talk to Two Feathers quite regularly. I haven't spoken to him in maybe a month or so. But I usually check in with my elders, from on a regular basis. Let's see. And let's see who else we got here. OG Green. Let's see. OG Green says, I don't think the deer and the wolf all that comfy. Let's see. Someone says, love the elder, blue sky. Yep, for sure. For sure. And let's see. Little man said, that's why I rock with the Red Road East, because it's real people that have real information about the culture. Most of these people think they know it all. We when we really know nothing. Well, it's I just try to share, the little bit that I know, so that you all can have proper information and not look, I have people look at you cross-eyed, and you because there's a lot of misinformation that has been circulating around, and like I said, and like Firebird said in a previous lecture, you don't want to go, in court and things of that nature, trying to get yourself recognized and stuff like that with frivolous arguments, you know, and that's how it is when you don't have all the information, or you just have pieces of information, or you have a distortion of information. you know they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. You can't go up in court talking about, not to throw shade on anybody, but you can't go up in court talking about, I'm an Aborigine, and you gotta give me this, I'm here to claim my birthright, or I'm indigenous Niji, and all this kind of stuff. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. you know they don't know anything about that. you know these are things that are, only good for the internet, okay, for an internet social media platform, but they're frivolous arguments in court or frivolous premises in court. You see what I'm saying? So I just try to keep it real on all levels so that you're properly informed. Okay. And I make sure that I give you unbiased information. Okay. I I, I just give you the information as it is. I go, should I say, I give you the evidence, and it's up to you to do with it what you may, you know. And let's see here. Uh, who else we got? Let me see. You have pardon me too. It takes me a little while to read some of these comments because I refuse to wear glasses and my eyes. I have to look real deeply to see the words, the letters. Aliyah R. Muhammad says, "Why do Norquapo people? What's this saying? Hold on, let me put it on the screen. Let me look at it on this other monitor. Maybe it'll come up a little bigger. I don't know what that's saying. Okay. Why do Nor people PWOPLE probably a typo for people? Jack look up. Can if you can retype that because I don't know what that's saying. I'm gonna go to the next comment. Let's see. Somebody made a comment about the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Yeah, the BIA. What about them? Another OG says, I'm sick of talking about African people. Well, okay, we put that one up already. People, listen, another one. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Well, man, don't people understand that there are tribal or indigenous people all over the earth? It's crazy how people think that everything comes from this place or that place. True. Let's see. Some more comments here. Who else? I'm beginning to think Indians fear. I can't see that. Let me put it on the screen. I'm beginning to think Indians fear batteries. Is that what they're saying? Everybody smoke alarm is always chirping. Sorry, I'm back on topic. Okay, let's see who else we got in here. I'm trying to get comments from some other people. Iceland. Okay, here's a new comment, a new person. Let's see. Hello there. Hello, there is certainly information about call and response online. Oh yeah, oh yeah, a lot of information. Music was my major. My first year in college, so I know all about that. So with that person who left that comment, they don't know what they're talking about. you know. See. Anyway, so let me look at the next comment that I wanted to address. Okay, so someone says, okay, it's another one. Brother, y'all must stop claiming everything and affixing all Aboriginal movements to your Moorish doctrine. Once y'all overstand that point, we may be able to get somewhere in this paradigm shift. If not, those that come behind you will have the same issues we have now amongst the ancient ones. There was a very diverse assortment of Aboriginal nations occupying this great land, but not limited to Moors. Some of us who are not Moors or Moors, Murs, do share an Amaru Hukata, and he puts in parentheses common cause, with y'all and respect our intertwined history without writing y'all out of history, as do the Moors and colonizers write us out and lay claim to ancient Amika through Maya. I know the day will come when egos are murdered and Altyuhi, you would say moral or morala in parentheses, will be restored upon us all. I would love to be here in the flesh to see it when you, my brethren, I am, well, I'm not going to say the name. I don't want to put anyone on the spot. Well, I think we addressed that in many of the previous lectures. Again, so first of all, it's obvious that this person follows the doctrine of the Aboriginal movement. And again, I already showed with plenty of receipts that, well, first of all, let's look at that term Aboriginal. Okay, Aboriginal, you calling yourself Aboriginal, that's something you just made up, brother. Okay, Aboriginal doesn't specify anything. Aboriginal is a vague term. There are Aboriginals all over the planet. Okay, there are Aboriginals here. There are Aboriginals in Australia. There are Aboriginals in 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 Africa. There are Aboriginals everywhere. Okay, so just to call yourself an Aboriginal, they're gonna laugh the hell out of you in court. Okay, it has no standing. Okay, get that through your thick skull. Aboriginal to where? Okay, and I already proved that the Aboriginal movement of today comes out of the Moors. Okay, second, secondly, if you're going to talk about Amaru, you don't even know and you don't even know anything about Amaru or the Amaru. You just quoting something that you heard somebody else. Because if you really understood the history behind the Amaru, you would overstand, understand, and understand that more comes from Amaru. Okay, what you call Moors come from Amaru. So you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Furthermore, which Moors are you referring to? Okay. There were Moors all over the planet. Okay. Which Moors are you referring to? Are you referring to uh, the Moors in Spain? Are you referring to the Moors in Mauritania? Are you referring to the Moors in in the Philippines? Are you referring to the British Moors? Okay, are you referring to the Moors that came over with Columbus? Okay, are you referring to the Moors that were doing enslaving? Are you referring to the Moors who were slaves of those who were doing enslaving? Okay, are you referring to the Moors that were here in America before there were Moors in Europe or in Africa? Okay, and how can you be a colonizer and a slave at the same time? You sound stupid as hell. And then you ask these same people, well, what books have you read about Moors? They can't name one. And I'm like, well, what the hell are you talking about? What are you even arguing for if you haven't even read one book on the Moors? You can't even distinguish between which group of Moors you're talking about. I mean, it just gets ridiculous, you know. And we've already dealt with that. I've already debunked all of that stuff in previous lectures. Yet more is very vague. You can't just paint more with just a broad with just a narrow stroke. Because that's like saying, okay, the Indians. Okay, well, the Indians did this. Okay, well, the Indians said how. You sound ridiculous. Which Indians are you talking about? I don't know anything about no how. Okay, well, the Indians worship like this. There is no the Indians worship like this. You have many different nations here. They all worship differently. What the hell are you talking about? Sound ridiculous. Let's see here. One second. And hold on one second. Hold tight. I will be right with you. For anyone who is generous enough to leave a donation, I'm leaving a link in the chat. It's not mandatory or anything. If you want to help out, it would help to be able to further the research, make these presentations, help to bring things to you with better presentations and bring you more information. Like, for instance, I've been trying to, I have interviews that I've been doing for decades now with different elders and things like that I can't even bring to you because I don't have the technology. A lot of it was done on analog. We're in the digital age now. So, back in the days, I used to film, using analog because I'm a little bit older than you guys. Well, maybe not all of it. There's some who are, in my age range as well. But, we, back in the days, we used to do, it was analog before it was digital. So I have a lot of footage that's recorded on analog, and I don't have any technology to transfer that stuff over to digital, you know. And some of the elders that I interviewed on those mediums are not even with us today. These people are deceased, you know, and these are elders who had lots and lots and lots of wisdom, you know. But I can't bring it to you because I just don't have the technology, you know. So, you know, it's you know, things like that that, you know, the funds would go to help get this technology to be able to bring this stuff up to date in terms of analog, where I could present the information to you and put out the documentary. I've been trying to do this documentary for a while, but you know, lack of resources has hindered the production. So that's why a lot of things, excuse me, that's why a lot of things that I'm bringing to you all is kind of slow in coming to you, just for a lack of resources. But Firebird will tell you, I got stuff in the archive, man. I got stuff in the archives, you know, that would just blow your mind, you know. Anyway, let's see. Uh, what else do we have here? Okay. Yeah, I think that was that for those comments. Let's see if we have anyone in the present comment section who didn't get a chance to be heard. Let's see. Scroll up. I know there's some more comments here. Uh, bear with me. I'm trying to read these comments. OG Green Machine says, we work our feet, ankles. Africans work they are knees. Something I noticed. Can you clarify, OG Green Machine, what you mean by that? I'm not quite clear. Can you give an example? In the meantime, see who else we have here. Uh, see, in the box. No, in the boxes. Ice the box. Hold on, I gotta look at that on the bigger screen because my eyes just can't. Okay, it's a little better on this screen. In the article, it says words and rhythm notation for a Nanticoke woman's dance in Native American call and response form, a Native American song, Ohalwe from the Nanticoke. What article is that? Ice the Box? Unless you mentioned it before and I missed it. Let's see. You scroll back up. No, it's not there. Yeah, if you can tell us what article you're referring to, Ice the Box. Ice the Box is the name. Yeah. Let's see. And also, let's see. Ice the Box says, I'm into music and I descend from the Nanticoke, but okay. And at least I know that, and I am reconnecting. Don't embarrass yourself with assumptions. You must be responding to somebody. Let's see. But if you can leave that article, that would be great. Let's see. See some other comments here. Okay. And OG Green Machine. Rap is rhythm in poetry. Cuts create sound effects. You might catch up if you follow the record he wrecks. Till then, keep biting and swallowing. Take a deep breath and keep following the leader. Wait a minute, is that one of Rakim's lines? Sound like one of Rakim's. Is that for from Follow the Leader? Is that from Rakim, Follow the Leader? Let's see. Let's see who else we got here. That's where it's know how to work any of that. Let me see here. OG Green Machine says that's where it's good being old. I don't even know how to work any of that donation type of stuff. Yeah, hey man, I'm way behind with a lot of this stuff, man. Slowly but surely, I am, getting more technologically inclined, you know. It's one day at a time, one day at a time. Let's see. Oh yeah. James Brown and Michael Jackson are two other great examples. Yeah, yeah. James Brown for sure, the call and response. Yeah. Yeah, all those guys back in the days, man. Call and response. You do a lot of that. Let's see. Ice the Box said that message was for your girl. Yeah, yeah. But if you can leave the Ice the Box, if you could drop that link for the name of or the name of the article that says that talked about the Nancy Coke and the call and response. That's what I was. That's what I was saying. Let's see. Link is posted already. Yeah, I was trying to find it. Let me see. I was trying to find it. Let me go back up. Okay, well maybe I'll. Let me see. Yeah, maybe when we finish when I finish the live, I'll go back through because I looked back, I didn't see it, but maybe it's there. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to touch bases with y'all and address some of the comments that I didn't get a chance to get to. I promised that I'll get to everyone who had questions and comments, so that's what I'm following up on tonight. Okay, and I think on that note, I'm gonna sign off because it's almost 3 a.m. here in New York and on the East Coast, and it's pretty late. But I thank y'all for tuning in, you know, and especially on such a short notice. Okay, I more than likely will be going live again tomorrow, and I told y'all I would be making Sundays the days when I do things of the spiritual nature. Okay, so if you tune in tomorrow, I'll be dropping some of that ancient wisdom, things of a metaphysical, spiritual nature. You know, you could call them sermons or whatever, but getting into, you know, not the traditional type of sermons, but from a metaphysical standpoint. Okay. And well, I can't say not tomorrow because we're already in tomorrow. We're already in the Sunday. So later on today. Okay. But I will be discussing the topic of dreams. Okay. And the dream world. Okay. So we'll get into that. I'm going to give you all some techniques on how to navigate in your dreams. Okay. So I want y'all to tune in for that. And each Sunday, we're going to be dealing with spiritual matters as well as health and wellness. Okay. So tune in. It'll more than likely be in the early afternoon. Okay. Or a little before noon. All right. But I will post the time up in advance. Okay. So until the next time, go to dog or hunt.